Hey guys, welcome back. Part number 2, where I build my workshop slash YouTube studio slash hobby room, modeling cave, whatever you want to call it. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so beautiful day today. It's been raining all weekend, drizzly, sun's out. I think maybe I might be doing laundry because it smells really good out here right now. So as I mentioned in part number 1, if you haven't seen that already, go back and check it out for the project information. But before I do anything with the main building, I got to build my secondary storage shed so I can empty all the stuff out, and that's empty from ready to work on. So slight incline you see here. I just loosely framed it out, so we've got about a 4-inch drop. So nothing too crazy. Gonna kind of do caddy corner here, a little in the corner of the lot, and we're within more than 5 feet away from the fence line, which is a local ordinance, and the cable above us here. Don't worry, that's not power. That's just Verizon Fios internet going over. Tons of clearance, no problem at all. So it's not live power or anything. It's just coaxial for the internet going over us. So yeah, this is kind of framed out, look like same kind of size where it's going to be. It's going to go with a 2x4 base. I'm going to get some cement blocks, raise it up a little bit. I'm going to put some landscape fabric down, some gravel, and then put on top of it, put this frame, and then pressure treated plywood on top, and then we'll build the shed on top of that. So I should point out, I know I've been on YouTube long enough to know now that the keyboard warriors out there, this is not a tutorial. I'm not telling you how you should do it. This is how I'm going to do it. Done this kind of thing before. It's kind of worked out okay for me. So it may not be completely accurate or right materials or whatever, but hey, you do you, boo. So this is how I'm doing it. 8x6. Just need to cut down some 2x4s. So it'll be 5 pieces total. No, 1, 2, 3, 9 pieces total, I think, 8-foot pieces. So you can cut it down, build the actual outside frame, and then there'll be studs every 60 inches in the middle, and then the pressure treated plywood on top. Did get 4x4s, and I'm sorry, the sun's right in my eyes right now. Did get 4x4s, thinking it'd be a little bit more sturdy around the outside. I didn't think about it. It's like, oh, it's 4 inches thick, so I need like a 6-inch screw. So a little bit overkill for the basic little metal shed. So again, switched to 2x4s. So I'm gonna have to take the 4x4s back. Got more 2x2s coming, and yeah, so we'll start framing it out. So first thing I'm gonna do is, again, just build the frame. Then once I've done that, and get the cement blocks, set them in the ground. Obviously we've got a 4-inch, they're about 8 inches high, so I'm going to sink that one in 4 inches lower on that end, and hopefully it should level itself out when we do that, and we'll kind of go from there. So yeah, just kind of quick introduction of what I'm up to. Again, this isn't a tutorial, this is how am I going to do it. It's going to use these 3-inch deck screws picked up at Lowe's. And yeah, $10, pretty straightforward, and then just pressure treated 2x4s. So there we go. So I got my saw out ready. I'm gonna start cutting these down and getting the frame put together. All right, so here we go. So you can see kind of how we kind of made some progress, starting building the main kind of base foundation here. Just built the 4 around the edge and put 1 joist in. I probably put another joist in on the left here just to kind of stabilize it, and then I'm going to move it out of the way so I can get the foundation in. I just don't want to put all the joists in and make the thing too heavy so I can't move it. We can do that once it's laid down onto the supports. So should note these 2x4s, even though it says 8 foot, then a little bit longer than 8 foot, some are inch or 2 longer, so I'm still going to measure and cut those down. And yeah, so because the 2x4 is 1.5 inches wide, we obviously got the front and the back, which is 3 inches, and I want to be 72. So these guys going up and down are 69 inches, and this is obviously 96 along the front here. Now, I should mention my shed is slightly smaller than that. The base here, I started putting the base together. It's a little bit narrower, but rather than making the base particular for this particular shed, like the same size as this shed, should I say, I want to keep it more generic. So these storage sheds may not last very long, a few years. So if I want to replace a shed in the future with so maybe a typical 8x6, I'd have to go ahead and I don't have to kind of mess around and change the foundations and the base and stuff. I can just put it straight on the same pad. So we're doing a straight 8x6 pad, and there will be a few inches spare, gap around this. So yeah, that's state of play. So pretty straightforward, really, just using some 3-inch nails, 2-inch screws, should I say, over here. And yeah, so that's kind of where we're at, 2 in each. I do have some metal brackets too, to go on the inside here. Each corner, it's like metal 90-degree brackets, which you'll see later on. Helps keep it kind of this thing rigid and strong. I did realize, hey, if I use 3-inch screws, obviously it's 1.5 inches thick, it's going to stick out 1.5 inches. So I did get some smaller 1-inch screws for those, and I got some 2-inch screws to put the deck, the floorboard actually down onto the base as well. So that's kind of where we're at. Just simply, using my square here, just make sure with each angle square, angles are good, and again, to get the main kind of outline done, and then from there, I'm going to bring in some concrete blocks and dig in, put foundations in, and then once the concrete blocks are in, I'm going to lay down some landscape fabric, also get rid of these leaves, but landscape fabric down and cover the whole base in gravel. And that's kind of where we're at. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead keep working on that one and come back with an update later on today once I've done that. Okay, so I've kind of moved it where I kind of want it. This is the location. Measured it. City ordinance is having a storage shed within 5 feet of a fence line. I'm at least 6.5 feet, so I'm good to go. And I left room around the back and the sides for these trees and stuff as well. I don't, right up in the tree. So like the location, as you can see here, I'm using these concrete blocks, super cheap. I'm going to use 6. So there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I'm just going to basically dig holes in the ground and set the base and have them varying heights, so this thing's all level. So obviously this side, they're going to be protruding from the ground a lot higher, and here they're going to be a lot lower. I don't want to do it too high off the ground because I want to push a lawnmower in and out, so I don't want like a massive step. So I will do it maybe a couple of inches off the ground here, which means it'll be about 6 inches off here. Do have some topsoil and stuff too, which you can backfill it if need be, and some gravel, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to start. This is the hard part now, getting these things set and like straight and at the right height. So I'm going to get the shovel out, start digging. It's a little bit cold. It's not quite a frost, but it has been raining a lot recently, so I'm hoping it's not too much effort to dig these holes. But yeah, I'm going to start digging 6 holes, getting these guys in, which will take me a while, and you can come back once I'm done and hopefully roll level and go on to the next step. All right, sorry for all the leaf blowers in the background. Got the first one in. Actually, my lucky day, it's actually really easy to dig the hole. Actually went way too deep, so I had to backfill some of it. So put some gravel in the bottom. It's base, tampered it down, got my block in. You can see the height there, just what I wanted, a couple of inches higher. Sorry, I'm out of breath a little bit. And then we're level. Now the hard part is to go down here and get this one put perfectly in place in line with this one for the second corner. Obviously, this is going to be higher off the ground, so won't be so shallow. And yeah, it's just working my way around. So first one in, and now going to work on this corner. All right, so we're done with the joists. Just a few minutes just to cut those down to 69 inches and get them in there. No problem at all. A couple of screws on each side. Now I put the corner braces in, and actually works out good. They're a lot big, so I had them hanging down, and it actually works nice because they're right inside the corner of the concrete block, so it's going to stop it slipping and kind of keep it in place. Not that it would, because all this weight going on top of it, the floorboard, the plywood and stuff, it's not going to go anywhere. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So next up, just waiting for Amazon to drop off some landscape fabric. Once that drops off, I can get that under, get the gravel on, and then put the floor down. Good morning from a very cold, frosty day. I think it's like 17 Fahrenheit last night, so I got really cold, and I'm so glad timing-wise, I dug these yesterday and did all my digging and foundations, because soil was nice and soft. Now it's frozen solid, so we got lucky there. So you can see what I've done. First thing this morning is I got my landscape fabric from Amazon last night, so laid it out and just cut it out crudely, and it's covered there. And you do get these kind of pins with it too to hold it down. Maybe if you put mulch over, whatever. But the fact I'm covered this whole thing in gravel, the weight of it's going to hold it down, so I don't need to worry about using the pins. So I'm just going to take the rest of my gravel here and just empty it all out. Hopefully I've got enough. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags left. So I want at least let me have a ½ inch coverage over everything, if not an inch. So we'll see how I go. So landscape fabric, you can obviously buy at Home Depot and Lowe's. Amazon, as always, is way cheaper. I think I paid about $10 or $11, and I got a lot left over. I basically got 50-foot 50 linear feet, which is 3 foot wide, so 150 square foot with the pins for about $10, $10, $11. I think a small roll at Lowe's is probably about $20, if not more. So yeah, at the end of the project, I will, as I mentioned previously, show all how much I spent on everything and show all the finances, how much all this costs. Obviously, it's secondary. This isn't my main shed I'm working on. This guy right here, is coming up next. I got to get this done first, and then we can move on to the main like home office / workshop. Okay, so the gravel's down. Spoiler alert, I was 3 bags short. So I ran to Lowe's. Can't beat a curbside pickup with the app. I never did that before until about a week ago, and it's so much easier. Right, rather than running through the store trying to find stuff and pushing a heavy cart around, just click on the button, pull into a parking space, click the app, and they bring it right out to your car. Easy. So 3 bags. I probably could do it more maybe, but I think for now this is fine. So total of 11 bags for this project, and whatever they say on the bag is way underdone. Yeah, in terms of coverage area. But we've got stone down. That Atlantic fabric's going nowhere with that weight on top, and ready now to put the subfloor on. So we're done. Base done. Simple. Just putting the plywood on. Obviously an 8x4 sheet. Didn't have to be cut. And then another sheet cut in half for the 2 feet in the back. So got out my circular saw, and I've marked it out with a piece of wood to get my straight line. I was going to create a guide, but in the end I just did it freehand. Did a pretty good job. It's nice and slowly, just ran it through and put it on, all screwed on. I used these 8x2 inch deck screws, so 2-inch screws to put it all down. And this thing is sturdy. It's not going anywhere. So yep, that's it. I'd say probably, not including running to the store, probably about maybe 10 manpower hours to do this bit, to get it all level and get the base done. So about 10 hours for this. Looking pretty good. It is pretty flat. Got the spirit level out and looking good shape, all different angles. So I just need to get the brush out, sweep off all these little stones and make sure it's clean, and then we can start building the shed. So next week, or next part, we'll do the shed. So come back then and we'll start building a storage shed. And then again, once this is done, we can get working on the main home office right here. So thank you for joining. I'll see you next time.